We just started the year and I feel like it's just going too fast already. So it's already been over a week since I started this journey for this year to try and lose 100 pounds for this year. So today I'm going to just be updating you about the first week, how it went, and then the way in as well. So I started the week on a rocky way. I felt like I was a little bit too relaxed at the beginning of it. I wasn't doing much in terms of what I needed to do to, work towards my goal of losing that 100 pound, right, for this whole year. So I felt like I was too relaxed a little bit, and that showed on the scale. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't seem to be losing weight. I'm just, the same. What's going on? And at one point, I actually stood on the scale. I'm like, oh gosh, I actually put on a bit of 2 pounds. What's going on? I'm supposed to be going down. What am I doing? So I had to do a little chat with myself to say, stop this nonsense of not focusing and paying attention and not working on your goal, right? Because it's so easy to slide back into the old habits. That's what I found myself already doing within the first week. Within the first few days, I was already sliding into my old habits, giving myself excuses, giving myself allowances. Like, oh, it's okay, just a little treat for yourself. Just go ahead, have it. You want it. Don't deprive yourself. Go ahead. You deserve it. All those excuses we give ourselves, right, to keep on with our old habits, and we end up not losing weight, right? So I found myself doing that at the beginning of this week with the challenge. After setting all these goals, right, I was like, oh gosh, talk about just failing within the same week, right? So I had to re-evaluate myself and say, hey, what are you wanting to do? Remember with your goals. I had to remind myself of my goals that I have to, and actually had to push myself to say, if you want to get to those goals, I need to make changes. I need to do the work. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all. So I went back again to exercising again. I tried to do some aerobic fitness from a video from YouTube, and I thought I moved muscles that I haven't moved in a long time. By the next day, I was in pain. I was in pain. I couldn't walk. My legs, my thighs. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so painful. The pain when your thighs are like so stiff. Even going to the washroom, you'll be trying to sit down, you'll be like, just to sit down. I was in so much pain. I just wanted to give up after the next day. I was like, you know what? Forget this. This whole pain is not worth it. I'm not going through this. But I spoke to some of my friends and family members, and like, you know what? With exercise, when you haven't done something in a long time, or some form of exercise in a long time, that pain, for it to go away, you have to keep going on. You have to keep exercising. So you can't give up. You have to keep doing it so that you end up feeling much better. So I was like, okay, fine. I know. I have to do it. So I had to continue on with the exercises. So I kept on doing the video exercises. So eventually the pain actually did go away, and I continued on doing those exercises, and I'm actually enjoying it. Imagine that. Right? But that just reminded me of how easy it is for us, right, to just give up as soon as you find something hard and you're in pain, and you like use that as an excuse to just give up. You're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore because that's too hard. That's too painful for myself, right? So that was a good reminder to say, if you want something, you have to keep pushing past that pain, past that obstacle that you feel in your head that you have, right? Because it was all in my head. It was also in my legs. Yeah, it was painful, but the whole justifying it as an excuse for me to stop doing it was all just things in my head that was just, making it sound worse than what it was really is. So from then, I went back to the whole routine of exercising again. I actually also started looking into my diet and started working on that, right? So I had said that I was going to just do like, what do you call it? Calorie deficient, or just eating anything, just make sure that I'm eating less than I normally do, cutting down my portions and whatever, right? So I tried to do that, but I found it was so easy for me, it was so easy for me to come up with excuses to say, it won't hurt. One extra bite of this, it won't hurt. One extra piece of this wouldn't hurt. It's just a little bit of this, it wouldn't hurt. One more scoop wouldn't hurt. One more spoon, it wouldn't hurt, right? So before you know it, I wasn't really eating the low calories, right? I wasn't reducing the amount of food that I was eating, because I kept on piling up the little bit by bit, right? So I found that whole strategy for myself, it would work. Because I'll always look for an excuse and justify it, and after justifying it, to make myself just keep on eating those other things, right? So I said, you know what? If I really want to achieve my goal, I need to make some changes, which are going to be suitable for me, which are going to be working much better for myself. Because I also find that on that one day when I was actually really good, I was so hungry, and I hate that feeling of hungry. I know it's kind of something that you have to expect when you're on this journey of trying to lose weight. You're gonna be hungry, I know, but I don't like that feeling. I don't like my stomach to be grumbling, and I work and at work I don't want my stomach to be grumbling in meetings and all this stuff, right? So I was like, oh, that would be so embarrassing. People be looking like, why are you hungry, girl? Here's a bar for you. Eat something. You're making noise with your stomach, right? So I did like to have to be in those positions and that feeling of being hungry in my stomach or grumbling, right? So I decided to then rechange my plan for my diet. So now I'm gonna be doing more like a low carb, high protein diet, because I find that kind of diet for myself, I feel much fuller on that diet, even if I'm eating a little bit less. I feel like if I was to have breakfast, like let's say I've been having like eggs, 2 eggs in the morning for breakfast, that'll actually last me all the way to lunch with my stomach without grumbling, without making all those noise, right? So that's what I end up saying. Let me do a low carb, high protein diet kind of thing. Yeah, to help me actually lose weight, because I know I can stick with that. I've done that in the past and I had some success with that, so I know what to expect and I know that's something that works for me. So that's what I'm gonna be doing now, focusing on that instead. And moving forward, that's what I'm gonna be doing, and playing around as well to experiment to see what works for me, right? Because it's all about finding what works best for you. I know I've seen so many videos on YouTube, so many people lose weight in different ways, they do different diets and do everything that works for them, right? So I'm on that process also to find what really works for myself, and then see something I can stick with, right, to make it more of a lifestyle for myself, not just a diet, just I want something that becomes a lifestyle for myself, that I find is working for myself. So that's what I have done, and that kind of also helped to jumpstart again my weight loss. And I started seeing that at the end of the week, I started actually seeing some changes on the scale. So I was like, oh my gosh, okay then, this is something that's working, I guess, for now. Well, it's gonna be working. I can't say just for now, right? Because then you give yourself some excuses to make expecting something wrong to happen and have that as an excuse to say, I knew this is not gonna work. That's why this is happening. That's why I'm getting weight or whatever. Right? But this is the plan that I'm gonna be going forward with and trying to see how that goes, right? So after doing that, I noticed that I was now losing much weight, right? So when I started with this whole journey this year, I was weighing about 214 pounds. Not 214 pounds. Gee whiz, I wish I would have hit my goal already. Imagine. Of losing 100 pounds. 250. No, I'm 314 pounds. Oh gosh. Yeah. I'm 314 pounds. That's what I started off with. So now, when I weighed myself, I'm now at 311.8. And that's mainly weight loss, which has happened after almost half of the week has already been gone, right? Where I was messing up. So already when I pivoted and reevaluated my week to say, where am I, right? I actually did lose weight after continuing with the exercising and changing the diet to the low carb, higher protein diet. So that's where I am right now. So I'm gonna continue on with this. So now I feel more motivated to keep on going, because now I see this tweak I have made in my diet is actually working for me. So I'm gonna continue on for that with the following coming week. I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be continuing with the low carb, high protein diet, and then continue on with exercises. I'll come back with an update at the end of next week to see how I'm progressing. So I'm really excited about this journey, because now I feel more motivated. I found something that seems to be working for now. So that's giving me a little push to say I can do this and actually keep on working, and we'll be able to eventually get to that goal, right? So it's all going to be experimenting, playing around with things, see what works for me, and then continuing on with that. So what challenges have you also faced during the whole journey of trying to lose weight, right? And what have you done to change so that you can continue progressing on your journey? So that's what I'm going to be working on. So let's continue supporting each other so that we continue on with this journey. So I'm documenting my whole journey so that I can motivate myself to continue doing it, and also motivate other people also to continue on their weight loss journey. It's not going to be easy. I've been this size for a long time, so I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a challenge that I'm willing and ready to fight and achieve and win this time. And win. So we're going to make it. I'm going to make it. So here's to our weight loss. See you guys in the next video.